Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Brittnee, if you don't know already. As you can see, I'm not in my kitchen today. I thought it would be fun to go outside, and since it's the new year, well, it's a little bit past because I'm a little bit late filming this, I thought it would be fun to try out a Q&A. I've been posting videos for like 2 years, over 2 years now, and I've never done a Q&A, and so I thought it would be fun. I asked for you guys to submit some questions on Instagram, which you did, so thank you, and I will just read those and answer them for you. It's freezing out here today. Actually freezing. It's like 30 degrees, but I've got some warm drink and my mittens on, and I guess the first question, maybe some of you don't care, but maybe some of you who like are into coffee will care. What's my favorite drink? I like a latte with lots of shots because I hate when they're milky. So this one is a 12-ounce oat milk vanilla latte with 3 shots and a little bit of cinnamon on top. I like a vanilla latte, or my real favorite is with honey. But so that's what I've got in here, and I'm kind of juggling things. I've got like this gimbal arm thing going on so that the video quality is smooth for you guys while I'm on this walk, and I've got my drink in this hand, so, and I've got the questions in my pocket. So, but I know from memory that the first question on my list is, what do I do for work? Is it pastry related or not related to pastries at all? I hope I'm not breathing too loud while I'm trying to walk and film and all that, but so actually for work, I work full-time as an accountant and I'm actually on my lunch break right now. And the fact that I work full-time is part of the explanation to why this video is so late. I told you guys on Instagram that I was going to post it like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and that's why I'm a little bit late doing it, because yeah, I've been working. So when I film, it's on the weekends or like after work, and sometimes, you know, my videos are really long. Speaking of long, I'm going to try not to be long-winded, because if you guys have been here a while, you know that I can be. So moving on to the next question. All right, so the next question is, where did I go to school? That's all the question said. So for college, I went to BYU in Utah, and after that, I went to Le Cordon Bleu in Boston for baking and patisserie, and yeah, that's where I went to school. What's your favorite thing to make? Nothing too specific, but anything with a fun theme. So it could be chocolate or a cake or plated dessert. I'm not that much into making cakes anymore, although I do still like them if they have a fun theme. But yeah, anything with a fun theme. Plated desserts are so fun for me, and like chocolate something or other. Like some of my favorite themed things that I've made. I made a Taylor Swift lover cake, which was so much fun to plan and execute. Like I just did it for fun, and it was fun. My brother's been doing these themed Halloween parties, and I usually make the dessert for that, and those are super fun. I love the vampire coffin that I created for his first party, and I have a video on that on my YouTube channel. And then I created a crystal ball dessert for the second party, which was Harry Potter themed. So that was super fun. Okay, the opposite of that, what's your least favorite thing to make? It would be the opposite answer as well. Anything that's boring or has no creativity. Like don't really love making just plain white wedding cakes, or I have coffee on my nose. Hello, I'm right here. This thing has like auto focus, follow, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, yeah, anything with no creativity. Also just the process of baking cakes, like, you know, as a lone baker, a home baker, it's not the best in like one oven. I don't have like a giant oven that I can make multiple cakes in with multiple pans. So the process is just a faff. So I'm not much of a fan of cakes anymore. The next question is not a question, it's a demand. And it says, show everyone your Cinderella cake, my personal fave. That is a comment from my friend. Thank you. I will put a picture of it here. I made this cake in pastry school for one of our themed cakes, and it was a lot of fun for me to make. This is also from my same friend. If you could gold leaf everything, would you? I think we all know the answer to that is yes. What is your favorite flavor of chocolate? I don't know. I would say my least favorite is white chocolate, but it has its place. Ruby chocolate's cool because it's so unique. I prefer to eat milk chocolate with like regular candy bars, like the cheap stuff, you know. But when I work with chocolate, I like to work with dark chocolate, and I also like the look of it, just because it has a nice color. So you gotta have all chocolate flavors. Okay, I'm gonna stand here for a minute for the next question because I feel like I'm just sniffling and getting out of breath. I'm not even walking that fast. I don't know if it's because it's cold or what, but also I'm splashing my drink everywhere. So these 3 questions were from different people, but they're along the same line. What inspired you to start baking? When did you first become interested in dessert and chocolate making? How old were you when you got into baking chocolate work? So we all remember the days of like the Cake Boss and Charm City Cakes. What's that guy's name? Duff. That was like my first introduction to cakes, like people getting super creative. Like it just wasn't on my radar until then. And I was probably like sophomore, junior in high school at that time. And then I remember seeing on the Food Network these like chocolate and sugar sculpture competitions where they would carry these giant sculptures and sometimes they would break. And I was already into art and stuff. And I was just like, oh, I want to do that. And that's where it all began. And ever since then, I like haven't changed my mind. I've changed like some of the specific interests within baking and, you know, pastry work, but that's where it initially started. And in the yearbook, I'm pretty sure in my senior year, I even said I want to become a pastry chef. So, oh, I forgot in the previous question, I studied business management in college before I went to culinary school. So, yeah. Next question is, what is the most challenging thing you've made to date? The first thing that comes to mind for me would be anytime that I attempt to make like people or like figures out of modeling chocolate, because I'm not a sculptor, but like when I get an idea in my head, I'm just like, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna try it. So I've made 2 cakes with like sculpted people, and those were challenging. And the first one was crazy because I was just like, I'm just gonna do this. And it was for like this acro yoga party. I used to do acro yoga, which was super fun. And so I made a themed birthday cake, and I had like 12 different figures. I'll post a picture, of course. But yeah, like I don't know how to sculpt people, but I think it turned out all right. And then the second sculpted person I made was Simone Biles. That was last summer for the Olympics, and I have a video on that cake, and I love how it turned out. I think it kind of looks like her. Like, you get the idea, but I don't know. You guys let me know. Did I do a decent job? I just have fun with it, and I like to, I don't know, when I get an idea in my head, I have to follow it through, and so I try. Okay, this one says, I randomly saw a YouTube video from 2 years ago where you made royal icing. It's a popular video on my channel. When and what made you decide to focus strictly on chocolate work? By the way, I love your work. Thank you. And another person asked, how did you get interested in chocolate? Yeah, so you guys may have noticed I'm like trying to focus more on chocolate on my channel, but you know, I love it all, but I really want to get like really good at chocolate work. What got me interested? I really don't know. I think I love like how temperamental, pun intended, chocolate is, and how like how much you have to know and be an expert at it. I like the way it works, and in a way it's not simple, but in a way it is simple. Like chocolate work feels simple. I like that it doesn't involve, this is gonna sound funny, a ton of baking. Like I think I'm just sick of baking cakes. It's time consuming, and chocolate work is time consuming too. Like it's a lot of work, and when things go wrong, it's really sad. Anyway, so I like the idea of chocolate being simple, like it's just one ingredient or medium, and you can make so many different things with it, and you have to get really creative to do that. I think that's what interests me in it. Yeah, I also really just love how pretty chocolate bonbons are, and how you can really get creative on how you decorate them, and that's what I want to get better at doing this year. Yeah, I love that they just become little mini pieces of artwork. Yeah, I don't know, that's not really, I guess I don't really know my answer, but that's as close as I can get. Okay, this one is, hi Brittnee, big fan of you from India. Hi. Oh, that makes me happy. What is your most favorite chocolate creation? I don't, oh no, I almost lost my painting. So where in India are you from? If you see this, I don't know, but I've been to India and I loved it there. So in fact, I actually made a cake of the Taj Mahal. I'll put that here just for fun. So my favorite chocolate creation at this point, I would say I have two. I already mentioned my chocolate coffin box that I made for Halloween. I really love it. I love the piping on the top. I love the detail work, and I love making them. And my second one I created just a month ago, which is another chocolate box. I love making chocolate boxes, if you don't know that already. And it is a Pisces themed chocolate box, and I like how it turned out. I tried to make it like 3D on the top, and it was kind of fun to get creative on how to do that. So yeah, I'll post a picture here. Okay, the next question is how much money do you spend on creating one YouTube video? It's a good question. Obviously, not all YouTube videos are created equal or cost as much. The first one that comes to mind was my best edible gold paint review video because it cost me so much. Like, I just went to town. I bought so many edible gold paint powders, and they're not cheap. And I think in the end I spent like $200. Luckily that video started doing really great and became really popular, even though it's like 45 minutes or something like that, and I was like, nobody's gonna watch this. It like got totally away from me monetarily and time-wise. But yeah, so that one was really expensive. Other videos, I don't know, I would say maybe I spend anywhere between $30 to $100 on supplies, but really it depends on the video. Like chocolate videos, chocolate's expensive, but you know, I don't use like a whole bag of chocolate for each video, so yeah, I would say 30 to 100. I just had a thought that I really hope I'm not triggering anybody's misophonia with my sniffles and stuff, because yeah, I don't want to be annoying, but you know, it's kind of cold out here, so I can't help it. Will you ever create a course? Yes, that is a plan. I would love to create an extremely comprehensive chocolate course. So basically I learned a little bit of chocolate in pastry school when I was there. And like, it was very basic. Like, we didn't work with colored cocoa butters. We learned molded chocolates for like a week, I think like a week or something. And we learned a little bit about that. But anyway, so like a lot of the chocolate things that I'm learning and have learned, I've learned on my own. And I would love to one day, it is my plan, to create a chocolate course. But I want to make sure I'm ready, and I want it to be extremely thorough and informative, and you know, just go over all the things I've learned, like the mistakes that I've made, and like different processes to do things. So yes, I will make a course, but it will be a while. You know, want to make sure I'm ready and that I'm delivering really good information to you guys. So okay, what is your favorite thing to do outside of baking? I love to travel. I know everyone says that, but I really mean it. I've been to like, I think I'm up to 23 countries. You know, that's not the most in the world, but I think it's kind of a lot. And I love to go for long periods of time traveling. So like 2 to 3 months is like the best. But I haven't done that in a while, so I would like to do more of that in the future. I love to do handstands. Maybe I'll try to do one out here before this video's done. I'm learning the drums. I can't say that I'm like, I don't know, I'm like okay. But yeah, I don't know. I love practicing the drums though. A new hobby I just started is aerial silks, and I'm like really addicted to that right now. I absolutely love it. It's so fun. So yeah, I love doing that. I love spending time outside, hiking, camping, going four-wheeling. In the winter, I like to snowboard. I haven't gone though this year. For those of you who don't know, I live in Utah, basically born and raised here. So yeah, I put these questions kind of in order so that they would make sense together. This is, what is your favorite place that you've traveled? That's like an impossible question to answer, but I'll try. I'm gonna have multiple answers. So always like the first thing that pops into my mind is Switzerland, because it is just like so beautiful. It's like a dreamland, like just crazy. It's crazy beautiful. Also chocolate. India, because it's colorful and loud, and the culture's just great, and the food is so good. Just everything about it is an adventure. I also spent a summer in Tanzania, and it was literally like Lion King. I went on a safari there, and so I have to say that was one of my favorite places as well. I hiked Mount Kilimanjaro, which was like so fun. And yeah, so that has to be one of my top places. I also have gone to the Maldives, and I swam with whale sharks there. And I don't know, you guys have maybe seen that I have a whale shark tattoo on my arm. And yeah, that was like one of the coolest experiences of my life. So I have to say the Maldives. I spent like a month and a half in Turkey, and Turkey was a really special trip to me because it was just a couple months after my mom died, and it was just very therapeutic and healing for me. It was just great to take a break from life kind of and explore something new, and I ended up absolutely loving Turkey. I also got my first tattoos there, which is fun, and I got to ride in a hot air balloon, and also the kittens. There's kittens all over Istanbul and they were so cute. Yeah, I don't know, there's lots more. I feel like every place I travel is my favorite because they're all great for different reasons, you know? Like, I don't think there's anywhere I wouldn't want to go in theory if it were possible. That's my attitude about traveling. Oh, this question is, where are you from? I guess I already answered that, but Utah. I've lived also in Boston, Michigan, Connecticut, but spent most of my time in Utah. I live in Salt Lake City. And don't judge me based on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Although I do watch that show because it's funny to see, you know, people where I'm from. And yeah, anyway. What is your dream chocolate creation? Okay, here's my dream. I want to go to the Pastry Academy in Las Vegas for a masterclass. And my dream is to learn how to make chocolate sculptures. Once I learn how, my specific dream creation is to make a giant whale shark. Yeah, you know why from the previous questions. This question is, oh, my arm's getting so tired. This is better angle, but like workout. Worst recipe fail. So like last fall, not this last fall, but the one before, I was filming like a pumpkin espresso cake video. And in the recipe, it says to bake it in like a regular pan. So I did, and like I baked it for forever. And I was filming the whole thing, and I go to dump it out, and it was like liquid inside. And I checked it, but it must have been underneath like the top few layers. So yeah, it just like, it came out, and it was like kind of solid. And then the weight of it just like collapsed, and it was like batter still in the middle. And sometimes I catch some funny words on the video when things like that happen, but I cut them out for you guys. So yeah, I had to remake it, and I refilmed it, and I baked it in a sheet tray, which I had done before, and I should have just stuck to my normal routine, but I didn't. And anyway, so that one. This one is not a question, it's another demand. Show me how to use the chocolate tank. I don't think I'm using mine properly. Yes, I plan to make a video on the chocolate tank, chocolate warming tank, and how to use it, how you can temper chocolate with it, and all that jazz. So just wait for the video. I hope it's coming soon. Okay, this one says, if you could be the master at one thing, what would it be? And I think you guys know my answer at this point as I've been chatting. It would be chocolate. I want to be a master chocolatier one day. What are some new baking skills that you want to learn how to do? Chocolate, but more specifically, I want to get better at fillings and filling formulation. Sorry, I'm like bouncing this. My arm's getting really tired. I want to perfect some of the classic pastry items like eclairs, croissants, Danish. Yeah, I want to perfect some things. So, and then I would love to get back into making breads like sourdough. I really want to start practicing doing designs on the top of sourdough. I just think it looks fun. If you guys have seen my like chocolate piping, I love to do like henna style piping, and it would be fun to also create some like mandala patterns on top of sourdough. Also, I love sourdough, so it'd be great to have to eat. Okay, this next question is, what is an interesting fact or facts about you that we don't know? So I've kind of jotted down a little list of things just that like I think maybe you guys might find interesting about me that you don't know. I'm 32 and I'll be 33 in 2 months. I already told you I grew up in Utah. I've done many random things for work throughout my 20s. So besides like working in like a cake shop, and I worked as a pastry chef in a hotel in Salt Lake, But then after that, I kind of was like a little lost because I was like, I don't think like being a pastry chef is going to make enough money. So I jumped back and forth between that and like accounting, and I was like, I'm trying to figure out how to do it on my own. But then in between, I worked as a braze technician building jet engine components. That's a really random one. I used to do henna on people for money. I started a measuring cups and spoons brand to sell on Amazon. I illustrated a coloring book and got it published by a store in Utah. Well, they have stores elsewhere too, but it's like a Utah-based store. And I also taught English online. So those are some random jobs I've had. And now I am an accountant, also trying to make YouTube happen. So if you're new here, subscribe and like the video. This isn't a fun fact, but it is a fact, an important one about me. My mom passed away from breast cancer in 2019. Yeah, it's like sad news to deliver, but I feel like it's an important part of me. It obviously has impacted my life in a big way. And yeah, just something that maybe you guys would want to know. Something else is I was married for like 6.5 years. I got divorced last year, and I don't have kids, but I do want kids one day. So that's just something. Oh, this is an interesting one. You probably wouldn't know from my videos, but like I tried to hide it. At the end of 2021, I literally lost over 50% of my hair from COVID. Are we allowed to say that word yet on here? Am I gonna get blocked? Anyway, yeah, I lost over half of my hair, and like I was trying to grow it back all last year, and it's finally getting back. And fun fact, not that you guys probably noticed or cared, but it was a real struggle for me because I wanted to keep filming YouTube, but I like felt really self-conscious. And so last winter, well, yeah, 2 winters ago now, I started wearing this beanie in my videos, and I thought, oh, this is great because people just think it's because it's like holiday videos, and it fit with the theme, but it was really because like my hair was falling out and you could see my scalp and stuff. So yeah, just something interesting. Very traumatic. I don't recommend it. Okay, I've been walking in circles by this hill, and I'm gonna head back to my car and try to wrap this up. It's probably getting long, you guys. I can't help myself. But this question is, what are my dreams for the future and for this channel? So this year, I've already mentioned, I want to become more of a chocolate expert. Specifically, I want to get better with fillings and formulation, using colored cocoa butters. I want to attend a chocolate sculpture masterclass and start creating my own chocolate sculptures. I would absolutely love to get some sort of sponsor, and something that would be really helpful for you guys, like a baking brand or a chocolate brand or something like that. That would be so cool. And one thing I've been really thinking about lately, and probably will try out, is I want to do more, I want to focus a little bit on TikTok or Reels or YouTube Shorts. I would post the content everywhere, but I really think it would be fun to do lives, especially where I'm like to this point where like there's a lot of things that I need to learn, things that I want to improve on, and I kind of think it would be fun to like go live and like practice things with you. And I don't know if you guys would be interested in watching that and maybe like learning along with me. Yeah, basically you could see some of the mistakes I'm making and some of the successes, and I feel like it could be a good learning experience for all of us. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know. More long-term goals, I would love one day to have a mail order chocolate business, or I would love to open up like a dessert bar at a location. This is pretty far in the future, but these are some of the things I think about. It would be fun to have, yeah, like a dessert bar with plated desserts, really nice, fun themed plated desserts that I could create. like I said, I want to be able to make chocolate and sugar sculptures, and I also think one day it would be really fun to have like a chef clothing line. So I don't know, what do you guys think would be fun for me to do? Are any of those things sounding fun? And I already talked to you guys about how I love to travel. I really think it would be fun to incorporate travel into this channel. My vision is like that it would be fun to travel somewhere, learn how to make local desserts, recipes, film it and share it. And also, because I really want to learn how to make sculptures, I think it would be fun to, you know, when I'm traveling, just get inspiration from what I'm seeing and make like a themed sculpture, either of a landmark or anything, you know, from where I travel. Would you guys like want to watch that? Because I feel like, you know, I could make a themed sculpture or something to do with interests that I have, and in the process of me doing it, you would learn, you know, some new techniques or things like that. So I don't know, let me know. All right, guys, so those are all the questions I have from you, and if you have more, just put them in the comments and I will answer them. I answer every comment, so yeah, if you have a burning question, feel free to ask it. And also, please comment some of the things that you guys would like to see. I know I said I want to, you know, focus a little more on chocolate this year, but I still love doing cakes and other desserts. So if there are techniques you want me to show you, or if you need help with something and I know how to do it, I'm happy to make a video for you guys. And I would also like your feedback on anything that you want to give me feedback on. What things do you want to see more of? What things don't you want to see? Do you like my longer videos? Do you like my shorter videos? What are your favorite things to watch? Should I change my style of filming? Like, what could I improve on? Do you like my music? Do you hate it? Yeah, comment down below. Be nice, but comment down below some constructive criticism and feedback, and I will read through all of those. Okay, I'm just walking back and I literally just saw some fox run across the path. Are they dangerous? I'm out here basically alone. There they are. This camera doesn't have great zoom. I'm on my iPhone. I'm also lost. I don't know where. Oh my gosh, they're cute. Fox and the hound without the hound. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you learned something new about me. If you liked it, please let me know by liking it below and leaving me a comment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, today's the day. If you'd like to see something that's sweet, just click on one of these thumbnails. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you soon. Bye!